Hey, brewery or small business owner. At the Beer Accountant, they understand the unique financial challenges of the craft brewing industry. Are you tired of navigating complex brewery accounting and taxes on your own? Staying up late working on financials and getting your finances in order after a whole workday? They're a CPA dedicated to helping breweries like yours thrive, with services ranging from qualified bookkeeping, business tax prep, to strategic financial planning. Stop wasting time on spreadsheets and focus on what you do best. Making great beer and running a small business, servicing over 50 breweries in 4 states. So if you own a brewery or small business, stop overpaying for reactive support and start being proactive with the Beer Accountant. Don't brew that IPA without this CPA. Visit beeraccountant.com to learn how their specialized expertise can help your brewery grow, profit, and succeed.
Are you a brewer looking to open, grow, or plan your next move? I'm Ted Zeller, liquor law attorney at Norris McLaughlin. I've spent my career working with breweries, helping them navigate the regulations that come with this industry at the municipal, county, state, and federal levels. From first permits to expansion into new markets, my team serves as legal counsel on licensing, compliance, and distribution. If you're ready to plan your next move or need legal guidance, I am here to help. Feel free to call me at 484-765-2220 or email me at tzeller@norris-law.com.
So you just did a panel on Always Sunny right before.
I did.
I'm got to assume that's because you're here in Philly.
I've actually reposted it before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a couple years ago. And my sister helped me. She's a big Always Sunny. I've only watched the first episode I ever saw of It's Always Sunny is the Gail the Snail episode, which is a classic.
You guys saw the snail?
Yeah, and then red wine in the can at the funeral, and I was like, what am I watching? And so I've only watched a little bit of it. And the Christmas specials, excellent. When Frank gets birthed from the couch is phenomenal.
The rum ham.
Yeah, rum ham. I should pair foods from It's Always Sunny because there's like milk steak and rum ham, and it's fun to pair beers with things.
Yeah.
Not just food. Beer and food, obviously. Wonderful. Excellent. But beer and things, stuff, because it's a personal preference, it's a thought, it's gut. You're like, all right, blank and what?
Welcome back to the BrewedAt podcast. I'm your host, Richard Tevlin, joined as always with Evan Blum.
Hello, what's up?
So episode 7, 8 of CBC, we're keeping things rolling. Today we welcome on M. Sauter, Pints and Panels. One of the few people in the industry that can both speak, write, and draw.
I've never heard that before.
The triple threat.
I'm going to take that and use that. But I'll give you credit for it.
Thank you. So you brought a beer in for us.
I did.
A 16% beer for us.
16.8. Sorry, not sorry.
It is CBC, so it's okay.
It's fine. It was given to me by the brewer Andy from Northbound Smokehouse. This is their Eisbock. Which is, it's really hard to find a brewery that makes an Eisbock because a lot of them, I know breweries that make an Eisbock and you're supposed to distill it and because you need a distilling license. But I know breweries who make one and they're like, we don't say anything. And I'm like, I won't tell. So I don't know how they make it, but it won back-to-back gold in the Eisbock category at JBF is what Andy, the brewer. So Andy, thank you. So yeah, let's
crack it open.
I thought it was as a beer that's been in my purse all morning. So I thought it was a good, because it is kind of cellar temp, I think it's okay that.
You've been aging it in your purse.
Yes, for all morning. I'm literally going to have that much. We can have more if
that's enough.
Here you go.
That's enough to party.
Yeah. It's a
good color.
It's a really beautiful beer. That's really. Woof. Okay. Let's go. I don't have any other thing. Actually, that's a lie. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Awesome. So, Pints and Panels. I'm sure everyone has heard of you and knows about you that listens to this.
Yep. Okay.
And if they have not, they've seen your illustrations. You have a very distinctive style.
Thank you.
I've heard you say other places that this style has been your style since you've been in high school, though?
Middle school.
Middle school.
I was 6th grade, Mr. Estabrook's 6th period study hall.
Yeah.
And I was riffing on Archie comics.
Yeah.
I had discovered Archie comics between 5th and 6th grade, and I thought they were really, I don't know, cool's not the word, because they're not cool. I mean, they're cool now because there's like the WB or CW show or whatever. Yeah. But it was my attempt to draw Archie, and I remember drawing the character that's like kind of a version of myself. And I remember drawing it and being like, oh, I like that. That's good. And I don't remember like what day or whatever it was, but like, you know, when you do stuff and you're just like,
Yeah.
did I just change the course of my life? Those are things like moments of like meeting a new person, having a beer, doing a thing. And I was 11 or 12 because it was 6th grade. And from then on, I was like, can I draw ? And I just kept drawing and drawing. And my style has not, like, if you go back I still have my composition books from when I was in high school. My art is very similar. Like, there is no growth or maturity or anything like that. It's all exactly the same. And I love when people ask me if art or beer came first. Because I was like, I've been drawing. I was like, I've been drawing since I was 11. So if the beer came first, then we have a little bit of a problem. But I mean, yeah. So that's where the art came from, and then beer obviously was secondary. That was, I mean, the beer actually is a very similar story to how I found drawing. I was watching the Super Bowl at a Irish pub in Keene, New Hampshire. And Steelers Seahawks, so it's 2006. And I have the Sam Adams White Ale, 25 ounce, $4.50. I remember it like it's a core memory. And I took a sip and I was like, I will dedicate my life to beer. Like, I'm not joking. And again, it was one of those moments where like everything changed. And it took a really long time.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But I mean, it's
defining moment that you can point to.
Yes. Sam Adams White Ale, my first book I ever did, which is Beers for Everyone of Drinking Age, that came out in 2017. The Sam Adams White Ale the book is dedicated to that fair.
That book is for drinking age. Is that actually part of the title as well? Mm-hmm. That's fun.
Of course.
Yeah.
So you just did a panel on Always Sunny right before.
I did.
I'm got to assume that's because you're here in Philly.
I've actually reposted it before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a couple years ago. And my sister helped me. She's a big Always Sunny. I've only watched the first episode I ever saw of It's Always Sunny is the Gale the Snail episode, which is a classic.
You guys saw the snail?
Yeah, and then like red wine in the can at the funeral, like, and I was like, what am I watching? And so I've only watched a little bit of it. And the Christmas specials, excellent. When Frank gets birthed from the couch is phenomenal.
The rum ham.
Yeah, rum ham. I should pair foods from It's Always Sunny because there's like milk steak and rum ham. And anyway, that's why Charlie's paired with Milkshake IPA because of the milk steak. But yeah, so it's fun to pair beers with things.
Yeah.
Not just food. Beer and food, obviously. Wonderful. Like, excellent. But beer and like stuff, because it's a personal preference, it's a thought, it's gut, you're like, all right, blank and what? Okay.
And I'm sure it also like helps the reach of just the beer side because of like you're putting into the culture side of things too, and it's really cool and people want to see that. It's like, what might you want to like pair on that?
Yeah, and then they want to argue with me about it.
Sure, but yeah, I could only imagine.
Creating discussion.
That's what content is. Good content.
Yeah,
and I'd like to think that Pints and Panels creates good content. Something that I strive for.
Yeah,
is discussion. Like, I'll post something and I'm like, and I always kind of end with like, what do you think? Because I want to know your opinion. Even if you just, so I did, I love a shaker pint, by the way, huge fan. I'm a big shaker person.
What is the reason for that?
I think it's just the utility of it. I will caveat home use.
Yeah.
I really like them it's a utility. It's a stacker. You run it through the dishwasher. It gets faded. It's a memory. You get a shaker glass at a beer festival, a beer bar, When I was younger, you would steal them. My bars get them for free. Don't worry about it. Steal glassware, everybody. Come on.
It's like the
Don't
beat
tell-
up car where like rich people just get some car that they don't care if they bump into stuff.
Yeah, it's a tool
Yeah.
versus, and you fill beer in it. And as long as you, leave a little for head retention and you don't stadium pour. If you're at a beer bar, a dive bar, a stadium pour is
Fine for your buck.
totally fire.
Yeah.
But I really, really like them. And I posted that I like them. And a guy came up to me last night and was like, no. And I was like, totally fine, man. Totally fine. Like, that's the thing about beer is there's a lot of right answers.
Yeah.
Something I say a lot. And there's, everyone's going to have an opinion. And your opinion is valid. And you want to talk about it? Cool. I'm down.
Because it's your experience. You're drinking it.
Yes. And everyone has a different experience with a certain beer. Where were you when you had it? How is it served? Temperature, how are you feeling? When you're sad or happy or in a moment where there's different things going on, beer can change your perception.
Have you had Sam Adams White since your moment of clarity?
Of course.
And does it bring you back to that moment?
Well, they changed it. So now it's White Christmas. It's their Christmas beer. And it's still, they swapped out, I think, I think it's coriander for cinnamon. So it had more of a Christmas vibe. And it's sweeter than I remember, obviously, as you get older. So this is like 20 years ago. Yeah, everything changes. Yeah. So it's still good. It's sweet for me now. I don't remember it being sweet. I remember that night where I drank 4 of them, 25 ounces, and it was snowing. I texted every boy I thought was cute. I had so many dates by the end of the night. It was also a Budweiser promo night, and there's a photo of me in the bar wearing this Bud Heavy hat tilted to one side doing this because I'm about to turn 23. So I'm 22. And I'm with my very good friend Jeremy, who I went to college with, because he really wanted to watch the games as well. And Jeremy took that photo, and I'm like, yeah, I'm a mess.
But it's real. It's a moment in time that actually happened.
It's cool. I mean,
Not framed.
I can send you the photo if you want to see it. I'm a right mess. And I would go back to that moment where my life changed so much for the better because of having that beer in that time and that space. And that's what, beer heightens everything. You don't know when you're going to have a beer that's going to just change. Things can change.
A moment enhancer.
I know that sounds introspective or a grand statement or philosophical, but I mean, I'm talking to you both because of that beer.
Yeah.
100%.
Which is really cool.
Definitely. So you had this sip of beer. Mm-hmm. You had this light bulb moment. When did you start combining the illustrations in the beer? Was it immediately after that?
No. So I went to art school in 2009, 2011. I went to the Center for Cartoon Studies in Egg River Junction, Vermont. Real place. It doesn't sound like a real place. Everyone's always they always equate it with clown school. And I'm like, no. A really great
Draw clowns. We're
going to draw a bunch of clowns, but we're not clowns. And it was a really wonderful experience. In 2010, I was I was running, I was at the grocery store and I was driving home and I was like, oh, I want to combine beer and comics into a beer review or how do I do this? Cause my knowledge of beer wasn't super great at the time. And Pints and Panels is actually named by an ex-boyfriend, my art school boyfriend. I came back to his apartment, with the groceries, and was like, hey, I want to review beer. It needs a name. And he's reading a book. This is a very popular story I tell. And he doesn't look up and he's like, cool, you should call it Pints and Panels. And I was like, oh my gosh. Where did that come from? I still I owe him so much. He's a super nice guy. I owe him very, very much, for the title. And then I just started drawing, and
What were your first couple illustrations? That was pairing stuff.
It was I would review beer, and Pints and Panels was a beer review site for the first 8 or 9 years of its existence. And then everyone was like, oh, you should do education. You should do education. And like, it's something I've learned is like, you can't tell people to do stuff. They have to learn it for themselves. And like 2019, I was like, oh, maybe I should do education. And then the minute I did beer education, my Instagram numbers were like, boom.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I guess I should have listened to the people that told me I should do illustration. Because I was doing this art for myself.
Yeah.
Because I was studying for the Master Cicerone exam. I'm a visual learner. A lot of people are visual learners. So I was drawing these to help me study. And then I was like, oh, I should share these. I like these. These look great. And the minute I started sharing them, people were getting really excited about what I was doing. And then I was like, oh, here we go. Okay. This is the next era, the next phase of Pints and Panels. Because while beer reviews are great, and I want to know people's opinions about beer, beer is something that's incredibly hyper-local, especially now. So, like, if I review a beer from Connecticut that I like, you've never heard of it.
Yep.
How does it help you? Like, okay, when you're in Connecticut, yeah, you'll drink that. But at the same time,
you're restricting like the number of people that can connect with what
of
you're
course,
making.
especially because Pints and Panels now has a very global audience. The majority of my followers are outside the United States.
Around country specifically, or
Not really. It's very spread out. I mean, obviously, like Canada, England, other like, but
English speaking.
yeah, but other like, Latin American, the craft beer scene in Latin America is huge. Mexico.
We talk about it all the time. The Mexico is like where craft beer was 15 years ago.
Oh yeah, the Mexican beer scene rules. I
Yeah.
love going to Chile, Argentina, Brazil, Peru, Colombia. Like
Because it's illustrations, it's like a universal language. They like look at it, they can connect.
a
with
lot of people tell me they learn English by reading my work
It's very cool.
because they see the picture
Yeah,
and then the word underneath it, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I know that is that."
yeah.
And so I did a book in Spanish a couple of years ago for a publishing firm that's based in both Panama and Spain, and it was really cool to have my work. And I take Spanish classes twice a week because of wanting to make sure that I connect with the Latin American audience. And I've been very good at understanding. Like I can hear Mexican telenovelas are the best TV on God's earth. Man, no one makes a TV show like the Mexicans. So it's such, I love it.
Richie's wife is Mexican.
Oh,
We just went to.
She's graduated off the telenovelas, and now she's going to do Korean dramas.
oh, yeah, the Korean drama, and then I hear the Turkish dramas also. I heard the Turkish ones are real.
Turkish ones are great. So she speaks Portuguese also.
Oh, okay.
But in order to so we speak English, but she speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
But then to keep up with her Portuguese, she'll watch like Turkish dramas in Portuguese.
Sure.
There's just a lot of going on.
Ask her about Cuna de Lobos.
Okay.
Which is Cradle of Wolves, the best telenovela I've ever watched, where the antagonist is the matriarch of the family, and she wears an eye patch that matches her fashion, and it is it's from 1986. It is spectacular.
Yeah.
Unbelievably good. Now I'm watching Cadenas de Amargura, or Chains of Bitterness, from 1991, where the protagonist from Cuna de Lobos is the evil Tia Evangelina. And also ask her about poison. Because, man, ladies love to poison people. Telenovelas, it's kind of their MO.
It's very dramatic.
It's, K-Dramatico. Very excellent. And it's good. It's really, really good TV. And it's great to learn Spanish. Like, I can now watch them. I got to watch it with subtitles. But I can watch them and I'm like, I understand everything. When people speak now in Spanish, don't ask me to get in on the combo. But I'm like, I know exactly what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. And it's really great to like use. And then with knowing Spanish now, I can travel. I can do events in Spanish. I can bring more Spanish speaking stuff too.
It also opens up your culture. There's a lot of part of every culture that is going to access unless you understand the language. Mm-hmm. So it really kind of gives you a better understanding about what's going on.
Yeah. I just want to say this Eisbock is really good. I know it's 16.8 and
keep getting better.
I was going to say I shouldn't have more of it, but Andy, if you're watching or listening, bravo, sir. Like really good stuff. Like excellent. Really nice beer.
So your like you said, your illustrations are very simple, and it is funny to say that you started when you were in middle school because it kind of looks like a refined middle schooler is drawing it.
I thank you.
But it makes almost the education easier to access because it simplifies everything. It's not just the image; like everything is just very clear and simple, and there's not a lot of fluff to it.
Yeah.
Which makes it better.
I mean,
easier.
It's super simple. Like the thing about when you're an artist is you know your limitations, and I know what I can and can't draw. And that's something that you play to your weaknesses almost as an artist. It's something that people don't really talk about. And so I know what I can do. And so you just kind of focus on that. And that's why the simplicity is something that I actually like strive for. I also am an incredibly impatient person, which is a real character flaw.
Do you think that's why your illustrations are the way they are?
Exactly. Because I'm like, just get it done.
Yeah.
And so I just draw and it's a part of the feature of my art is just how I'm like, let's go. Like
raw.
now, next.
Yeah.
I can't help myself. Like I've been working on my impatience. Ask any friend of mine about it. It's not great. But it's something that I think my work speaks to the quickness and the impatience that I have.
So obviously, like people have seen like the image of yourself or people is kind of same. Your beer glasses, I mean, everything's the same style.
Everything, yeah.
But are there parts of like grain or hops that took you a while to work on and refine? It's sort of like pretty much everything is just exactly how it has since you started.
Hops are really hard to draw because there's a lot of like, I don't know, it's like they're very pointy.
Yeah.
They're very like, sometimes because they'll look like a pine cone or an artichoke or something. You have to make sure that people know
it's a hop, an artichoke.
Yeah. Or anything. Yeah. There is on the floor, Barthos is giving away like hair clips that are supposed to look like a hop.
I saw a bunch of people wearing them last
And
night.
to me, they look like a caterpillar. And I was telling a friend of mine where she's like, you should get one. And I was like, it looks like a caterpillar.
There's a bug on your head.
Or like a bug or like a slug. And I was like, they're cool. That's great. If you know. But if I were like a regular, like non-beer person, I'd be like, why do you have a caterpillar? Like almost looks like a cocoon.
Yeah.
Why do you have a cocoon clasp? I mean, I guess maybe those are cool. I don't know.
But your artwork is it's good for like, it's a great way for beginners to get into craft beer too. So like if they don't understand something, you have to make it very accessible to everybody.
Yeah, and that's the point of Pints and Panels. Trying to make sure that accessibility is like, if I had to pick one word that would describe what I do, accessibility and like simplicity.
Yeah.
Because beer, one, I already said, there's a lot of right answers in beer. Like you could make a porter using so many different ingredients and it's still a porter in the end.
Yeah.
But it's, you can brew it so many different ways. There's a lot of right answers, and so I want to make sure I distill and make sure that there's an easy way for people to learn about. I mean, there's I always talk about this. I fully admit that I failed chemistry in 10th grade. My teacher, I was a very good friend of mine's mom, only passed me because she didn't want to have me again. I was supposed to get a D. She gave me a C+, and she goes, "This is what you're supposed to get. This is what I'm giving you. Get out." And I said, "Thank you, Mrs. Saval."
Yeah, please don't try to be a chemist.
Yeah. And then they didn't let me take physics because I wasn't smart enough. So that's something that I'm also, again, playing to my weaknesses. I'm not a brewer. I'm not a microbiologist. I'm not a chemist.
Yeah.
I passed the advanced Cicerone, which is cool. That's great. Like it's a certification. But what does it actually mean? And so I want to make sure that it's something that when you Google beer stuff, the first thing that comes up is a lot of like, it can be wrong. Especially now with the introduction of like the AI thing at the top, a lot of the stuff from just like, oh my God.
Yeah, where they go.
Yeah.
Where is this from? And so accuracy is another big word that I bandy about, where I want to make sure that people, when you're reading my work, that it's correct. And sometimes I'm wrong, and people will, and I love when people are like, hey, let's discuss what you're talking about.
Not attack mode.
Yeah, no, I mean, the comments in some of my posts are aggressive, especially with like pairing posts where people are like, I like did the Lord of the Rings and a guy was like, all wrong. And I was like,
All wrong.
and I have a very strict do not comment policy because I find that when you comment,
It just adds fire to
they're just going to
Yeah.
dig deeper. And I don't have time for that. You know, I'm busy. I got stuff to do. If people want to argue on my behalf, because some people really like, it's a hobby, they enjoy it, by all means, go for it. But I'm not going to do it. And like I was like, and I wanted to be like, what would you put? Because this is not something.
There's no right answer.
There's no right answer. And that's like, I have a collection of my infographics called like Pairing Beer with Everything. And I have an introduction where I'm like, this is how I do it. What do you think? What would you pair? When you read this book, what would you pair with it? Because your answer is also correct. There's no, unless we're talking about food where like there are certain rules, like things will not work. Like salmon and IPA, the hoppiness will fight salmon. It'll be actually like really not, it's not a good flavor combo. And if you're pairing, like, I wouldn't pair sushi with like an imperial stout. You're not going to be able to taste the food at all.
Yeah.
That would suck. Unless there's like intensities. Like if you're doing pop culture, there's no wrong, or like sports.
Yeah.
And there's no wrong answer. There's a reason for why I do stuff and post things and why I choose what I do.
I also, it's you'll pair stuff and it makes you think a little bit like, wait, why did you do it? Because they were like, you said the Charlie.
Yeah.
It's like there's a pairing, but it's like some, you know, like hidden, you know, feature or like
Yeah.
a hidden story that kind of connects.
Absolutely. So that's why, you know, it's choose your own adventure, really.
Yeah.
You take it, you see it, and then I always, you know, and that's not a challenge. I always tell people, like, what would you do? And, like, I want to hear from people, like, oh, I would have done this. Cool, that's the right answer. Like, I don't want to know why, and it's fun. It's a fun, like, again, it's content is discussion.
Yeah. So you've written plenty of books. How many books at this point?
I've written 4, and then I'm doing a whiskey book that'll be my 5th.
With Lou Bryson?
With Lou Bryson, yes.
Awesome. Is this your first non-beer book?
Yes, it is. Yeah. Lou's,
Standing.
it's also my first co-authorship where I am helping Lou, you know, he's doing the writing and then I draw it. And then since he's the whiskey guy, it's a lot of like, did I draw this correctly? Do you like this? Are we on the same page? And I was the one that actually went to him and was like, I was reading Tasting Whiskey, which was one of his best books.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that book.
Yeah.
And I was reading it, and every page I was just like, I want to draw this. I want to draw, like, not the book itself, but like there was like things that I wanted to turn into art content.
Yeah.
And I emailed him because he and I have judged competitions before. We go way back. And I emailed him like, we should do a book together. And it was like 5 minutes later. He was like, yes, 100%. I don't need to think about it. And I was so honored because he's just such a good like elder statesman for the whiskey community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So knowledgeable. And he's a good beer writer as well. Like his knowledge about beer is really
He has
strong.
a cool way to bridge into whiskey because you guys are already doing beer stuff together.
Yeah, and it was really great. And so it took a year to find a publisher. And once we did, I was really excited that I get to like, it's also going to teach me a lot about whiskey. And it's going to make my work better because we get to work together.
Definitely.
And that makes me really, really excited.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but I'm jazzed. Like it's a cool, like, it's fun to, I've been doing whiskey stuff. I've been doing more spirits, cocktail stuff. I've just started doing wine stuff. Wine is hard. There's also a lot of right answers in wine, but they're not as forgiving.
Why? Because the sommelier.
I don't think it's
so strong.
I don't think it's sommelier. It's so like a lot of. I just did a post about like major wine regions of France,
Yeah.
which the map I used and the map I didn't copy it, but the map I like looked from was from a very like well-known wine book, and every French person that saw it was like horribly offended. And I was like, but I took it from, again, I'm not commenting, but like I took it from a book.
Yeah.
And it's why I was just like, I've become very good friends with who used to be the head of wine at the Culinary Institute. And he did the wine program there. So I like usually bounce a lot of stuff off him. And I'm like, we good? Because I want to make sure that like, again, Pints and Panels isn't feeding you something that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's not ever my intention. And if it is, like, that would, anytime I've posted stuff where people have been like, this isn't correct, and I immediately pull it. I'm like, well, I'm not sharing it then.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to share stuff to get the likes and the comments, to get the followers.
Yeah.
Because a lot of Instagram, Facebook, social media now is, I'm going to invert something that you think is correct, and then you're going to get mad at me, and then you're going to share it, tell me I'm full of it, and then you get more, and then you get engagement and more followers. And if you're going to follow Pints and Panels, I want you to follow what I do for the authenticity, the goodness of, and the truth.
Yeah.
That's I have very strict brand standards just as one person, where I don't want to
especially because you're selling books, you need your reputation to be at a point where people are trusting you and they're going out and they're buying the book.
It's something I tell people all the time. You only get one reputation.
Yeah.
And why are you tossing it away on something that a lot of people, in the future, I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the future, but it's something that I tell a lot of people when I give classes on social media or anything like that, or HR or whatnot. You get one reputation. Do not mess this up.
Something I always tell the different breweries is very careful of using AI on a consumer focused level.
I wasn't going to bring up AI, but yeah.
I think you put a post out there and I was like, Barry, I agree with what you were saying.
It's something that I have been grappling with because it's something my husband, who I love, obviously I love him much, we were married, was like, hey, you've been going after AI a lot. It's not your, Pints and Panels is about teaching beer. Mm. Why are you veering from yours? And I'm like, because I don't like it. And he's like, yeah, I know that, but you've got to make sure that I was going after I was seeing friends use it. Yeah. And I was going after them. Mm-hmm. And they were obviously, the first thing you do is get defensive because, you're going after someone that you like and you care about. And there's a lot of context. I had a friend who's French and he's a super smart cocktail and beer guy. I love him very much. His cover of his book is AI. And I was like, I'm sorry, man. This is it. I'm a one and done kind of person. And I was like, we can't talk anymore. And he came and he was like, and then he gave me context. And that's the one thing, a lot of people will go after people and you don't realize the context. He's like, I needed my book published. This is the cover they gave me. They said, use it or we're done.
Yeah.
And I was like, but I came after you, not the publisher. And everyone's going to see this and they're going to associate your book with AI. And it was something that I need to be all right, people are using it. Why? Mm. And how? And it's such a tough place.
Yeah, we're in a weird spot with it already.
Super weird. Because I
pull
see
up my can real quick. So I own a brewing company, Space Cadet.
Yeah.
And it's all illustration based, the labels. Mm-hmm. So I have an actual illustrator.
That's good.
But going out and saying is this guy, Matt Gaudio, is my illustrator. It's having a hard line, no AI. Mm-hmm. It increases the value because I think that people are, even young people specifically, because they grow up in the era of AI.
Yeah.
It's they're not getting tricked by this AI online. It's mostly the older people that aren't used to it.
Yes.
But they see the value of something that's created. The same reason that original painting is more expensive than
absolutely than the copy. Yeah, or the print. I mean, I had to put in on my Instagram, I make sure it's human.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than when, and I get this a lot of people think my work is AI. And then it's just
yeah, it's this fine line. I posted a video of myself dressed up as an astronaut, essentially twerking. Mm-hmm. That was AI.
Of course, totally normal.
But it's the fine line between AI helping out with accounting. Mm-hmm. And then autistic, but where does that line cross? But there definitely is a line.
There is because I was talking with Dave Infante, who you guys had on.
He's about to come on.
He's about to come on.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if he doesn't, we'll edit this out.
Okay, fair. He was talking about there's machine learning AI that helps you train. I will admit, looking at that camera that I have used AI to do contract negotiations. And my lawyer actually knows that. So it's really cool. And for me, because contracts are scary and confusing, and a lot of people want to take advantage of artists.
Yeah.
And so I've used ChatGPT and Claude, and then I really hate how friendly they are.
I know, they kiss your ass.
Where they're like, let's talk about something else. And then I always tell them are we allowed to swear on this podcast?
Yeah.
I always tell them like, thank you, go fuck yourself. and then they're like, that's not nice. And I'm like, no, like, I don't like you. And I should, read the contracts myself. I should talk to Neil, my lawyer, who's a good friend of mine, and have him, and I should pay him money. But he uses AI. He doesn't have his paralegal anymore. He uses AI. Everybody, like, there's always some caveat, but I think it's machine learning versus generative. Generative AI is, and the thing is, you can see it. Once you know what to look for.
There's a YouTube ad that we were watching before, like a clip from Sam, and it was like it was for power washer, and they didn't realize it was like that's AI, and then we watched it.
Weren't even paying attention.
Yeah, really.
But like the second they look,
You notice it.
The thing that's crazy is I get a lot of other beer content where it's not in English and then a different language, and you can see the AI translation. Like there was a video of a woman from Brazil talking about the difference between Hofbrau brewed in Germany and then Hofbrau they brew it in Brazil for the Brazilian market, and it's in English, and it's like a deep fake English. And then when she holds the bottle up, you can see her mouth glitch, and I was just like, oh, I do not like that at all, and it's just gonna get worse, and so many people are fooled by it. I mean, everybody gets, but you can tell, like I've been handed stickers at this event where I'm just like, that's AI. Yeah. I've been going to restaurants. There's a really good restaurant near my house and their logo, AI. And there's like almost like a softness. I don't know how to describe it.
Everything's rounded off. Everything's averaged. Everything's averaged.
Yeah. I have a friend who owns a brewery in southern New Hampshire, and he had a food truck. And he's very anti-AI. And he had a food truck at his brewery. And the post that that food truck used AI to create their menu. And I was like, hey man, that's AI. And he was like, how can you tell? And I was like, how can you not? And like, it's kind of a pornography thing. Like once you see it, you know. And it's just every day there's something new where I'm just like, am I trapped in the basement of a horror movie and banging on the door, and then I'm gonna have to like?
It's like the Matrix. Like the Matrix. You see it, and you're like, all right, that's
every day, and it gets. It's a very funny thing. I want to say like 8 years ago or 7 years ago, my brother-in-law gave my husband and I a print of a computer trying to make a Renaissance painting, and it's just there's a seascape with like blurry people, and he thought it was very funny. It hangs in our guest room, and it's like it always is a reminder of like how far or how like not far we've come, like how deep we've gotten, I guess is and it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, but I think like Evan said, there's gonna be this continued human sense that we honor. We search out things that are not AI. And so keep it longer.
Any brewery and it's a lot of breweries use AI for posters and it's a lot of like, I get a lot of excuses where they're like, oh, well, but it's a collab and and I'm like, you know better than that. Do you have an art school nearby? Call them. Those students are itching for a project, and they would love to work with you, and you can afford them. I know Canva, a lot of it, is not great, but like a lot of breweries use Canva. I think Canva's fine for the most part. And like, hire an artist to build you like evergreen posters where you can drop in stuff. And then you can use it in perpetuity. Like it's not.
Yeah, then you can use Canva to pump that in.
Yeah,
but
Yeah. The scary thing is if you go on that and someone then younger catches you, they're going to be automatically turned off by everything for the ongoing future. For I would imagine it's a hard one to come back.
It's something that I think about. Yeah, there's breweries I've unfollowed. There's people I've messaged where I'm just like, this is why I'm unfollowing you, and it's a lag. I should have more of a dialogue before I unfollow, but like, why? What this was wild. There was a wine post, like it's a wine wine content page from Italy, and they messaged me and they were like, we should collaborate. And they have like 70,000 followers, and I was like, all right. And I look at their work and I send them one of their pages and I went, who drew this? Before we collaborate, I want to know who your artist is. It's obviously AI. And the person sends me obvious ChatGPT maybe English is not their first language. Probably isn't. They're Italian. And they send me a post back and they go, we use AI to blah, blah, buzz speak marketing stuff. And I was like, okay, I don't collaborate with anyone who uses generative AI. And he goes, the post, which is definitely AI written, he goes, fair enough. I'm focused on results. And I was like, what? Like, I don't post on Pints and Panels for results.
Yeah. That's
not what we're talking about. I am focused on teaching you something about alcohol, making it accessible, making it fun. I'm never like, what's my ROI here? Yeah. Like, come on, man. Like, no. And then I just never responded. I was like, and we're good.
I think especially as an artist, it's like it takes so long to build up that reputation and following. Like,
yeah, I've been on Instagram for 11 years now. I'm approaching 100,000 followers, which to me is bonkers.
Crazy.
And I've months where I'm crushing it. I have months where the algorithm could care less. And you're at the mercy of it. And I'm posting every day though, regardless. I'm going to make sure that the content you're getting when you go to my website or Instagram or Facebook or whatever is accurate, accessible, simplistic, and good, and authentic. That's it.
Nice. I think that's half an hour. Is it?
I think so.
What time?
Or more. I don't know. We've been talking for a while.
Yeah.
This is very enjoyable. Thank you guys for having me on.
Thank you. It's great to meet you.
Likewise.
Obviously, I've been a fan of your artwork for a while, but it's and also kind of like everything that you're doing. You're also on All About Beer, right?
Yeah, I host the All About Beer podcast with Don Tess, super nice guy from Calgary. Amazing accent. Amazing Canadian accent.
That ups everything.
He's very sorry for everything.
Awesome. And then we can find you at Pints and Panels.
At Pints and Panels, www.pintsandpanels.com. At Pints and Panels on Facebook. I mean, it's the same stuff on Instagram and Facebook. I'll do anything. And then if you want to, I'm on Instagram more so than I should be.
Understood.
I'm a real fan of like the algorithm and I are friends. We like get it. And I'm a huge baseball fan. You can't tell from the hat. And so it just gives me wonderful baseball content and I thank it for it. And, but yeah, if you want to reach me, just DM me and I'm always happy to talk to people. If that's again, accessibility. If you have questions, I've got answers.
And then, when is your book with Lou coming out?
It is out fall 2027.
Amazing. So, I look forward to that.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you. And then you can find us at BrewedAt, at the BrewedAt podcast. And we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.